Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to make 60 grand so fast it feels illegal. Now, repeat after me. How to make 60 grand so fast it feels illegal. If you notice, there is not a time frame in the title, and that is intentional. Now, it may take you a month if you're really proactive. It may take someone else 2 months, another person 3 months. But 3 months realistically, 3 to 6 months max, you can expect to make your first 60 grand online, like so fast that it's like, holy shit, this should be illegal. But it's not. It's totally legal. People are doing it even in a day. There are people out there doing 60 grand a day, 60 grand a week, 60 grand a month. So 60 grand in 3 to 6 months is totally doable. And if you follow the steps right here, you can expect to do the same. So let's get into it. Well, in order to make 60 grand a month, that requires leverage, right? How do you get leverage? Well, you get leverage by offering the market something they're willing to pay for, right? That is how you can make 60 grand in 3 to 6 months fast. You need a little bit of leverage via your offer, right? If you do not have an offer right now, look through your skill set. Everyone's got a skill set. I don't care what you think. Everyone has an inherent skill set. From birth, the moment they were born, we all have something we, like to do. Some guys like to tinker, like to break stuff and fix it. Other guys like to create stuff. Other guys like to think about stuff, visualize stuff. Other guys like to write. Other guys like to do something. Whatever it is, you can come up with a offer by developing your current skill set into a product or a service. And once you've got that figured out, I can't tell you what to do right now. You have to figure it out because it has to be genuine. You do not want to sell an offer you cannot operate, you cannot fulfill on, and you find no pleasure on it. So you have to develop an offer that is aligned with your personality. That way you're able to sell it. You understand the operations and the fulfillment, the back end of the business, and you're able to scale it from 60K in 3 to 6 months to 60K a month eventually. So after you've gotten an offer, check that box and move on to the next step, which is lead generation. We need to generate leads because it's one thing by having an offer, but if you do not have leads for that offer, it's pointless. You need people who are actively looking or may be interested in buying your service or your products in the short future. So that is how we generate leads, is by looking for those people, right? And the way you look for those people is through social media. Especially this is the age of digital marketing and all that stuff. You don't want to go look for people in person at a Walmart just talking to people. That has no leverage. That's gonna take a lot of your time. Most people at Walmart are broke, so most likely you will not be able to sell a fucking product or service at the price range needed to meet $6,000 a month from Walmart. So you need to do it digitally, and there's multiple ways to go about it, right? There's paid traffic, there's affiliate marketing, and there's content creation. I'm gonna touch on those later. Those are the 3 steps to lead generation. You figure out which one works best for you, and you delve deep into whatever it is. Next step is lead capture. Now you're generating leads. Now you have eyeballs on you. That lead generation, you want to capture some of their leads, right? And on the visualization aspect of this presentation, I'm going to walk you through how lead capture works, but it's a crucial step. You need to capture the lead because a lead generated is not a lead captured. A lead captured is not a guaranteed sale. So you have to capture really important. After you've captured the lead, you need to nurture them. You need to make them excited about your product or your service, right? And the way we do this is by teaching them what our product does, the benefit of our product, the advantages of our products, what it's gonna make them feel like, what it's gonna do in your personal life, business life, social life, whatever sort of aspect in your life. You want to demonstrate the benefit of that offer in your life, and you do that through lead nurturing, right? Afterwards, after you've done that, you've gotten them all excited, they see you are a genuine person and they have valid need for your product or your service, you make a sale, right? I've tried to simplify everything as much as possible, but there's a lot of intricacies that goes into this, obviously. This is as simple as it gets. There's these 5 steps right here. Obviously, I'm going into details in the visualization aspect of things, but these are the 5 steps you would need. Now, once you have all this in place, you pretty much execute on it, right? And this is going to show you how to execute on it. And from here, you essentially just copy and paste. And by the way, if you guys do want this visualization, click the link down below to get a PDF version of it. You do have to put in an application. It took a lot of time, so you have to apply for it. But if you're interested in it, just click that link in the bio and you're gonna get access to the application form to apply to get the PDF version of this. This is the standard operations procedures you need to go from 0 to 60K ASAP, to the point where your mom's calling, yo, you selling weed, you doing drugs, how are you making money so fast? Well, it's what I learned from Smars. So remember to give me the credit when the time comes. So go fucking download that PDF version right now and start implementing this into your life. Well, let's get back into it. So this is the quick breakdown of how the system works. So you have your offer here, which could be a product or a service. Now, for your product to be highly priced, to be able to meet 60K a month, it has to be in high demand, a luxury item. At the early stage, the chances of that happening is low, so you need a lot of volume to sell lower ticket items, probably $100 to $200. But as your branding gets more concrete and people get know you more, you can slowly increase the price in terms of products. But in terms of service, that is perfect. We can sell services for $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, upwards of $5,000 to multiple people. That'll get us faster to $60,000 within 3 to 6 months, right? Going back to lead generation, the 3 ways to generating lead is via paid traffic. This is from Facebook advertising, Google advertising, YouTube advertising, X advertising, LinkedIn advertising, heck, even billboard advertising, though there's no leverage in that. The same amount of money it's gonna cost you to put up a billboard. If you put that on Facebook advertising, you're probably gonna get more ROI, upwards of 3 to 5x more ROI. So I would urge you to focus on digital advertising in terms of your paid traffic. For affiliates, it's really easy. All you have to do is find influencers out there who make content parallel to your services, right? So these are content in the same niche which you provide a service for. They have a good following. Typically, these are going to be micro influencers, anywhere between 10,000 followers to 100,000 followers. You approach them. They have to get good engagement, by the way. That is really important. You do not want to go approach a dead account. It's just going to be a waste of your time. Going back to the point, you approach these influencers and you're like, you know what? I have a product, I have a service. I'm going to handle the operations, the fulfillment, the service delivery, all the back end necessary to get the product or the service delivered to the client. All you have to do is deliver me clients, right? All you have to do is acquire client for my product. And I am willing to give you 20%, 30%, heck, even upwards of 50% of the deal if you can get me a client, right? So all they have to do is start making content that parallels that service and start selling the service from there. Each client, they get 20 to 30% from the price of the service, and eventually you just scale that up. They bring you client, your cost of acquisition is pretty much non-existent. You give them 20 to 30 to 40 to 50% commission per client they bring you. You fulfill on that client. Rinse and repeat. Easy, smooth. This is the second best way to go about it. Best way being paid traffic, but it does take a lot of technical know-how and understanding how to strategize yourself. Well, once you have that figured out, you can essentially print money from that. The third and highest leverage form is from content. Now, at the start, content is the lowest leverage. That is why it is less, because it's gonna take a lot of time, right? You have to have a lot of time to make content work. Normally, content takes typically about 1 year to 3 years to build a solid brand online where people are actually watching your stuff and people know who you are because they see your stuff, right? So it takes a lot of time to get to that point, but once you get to that point, it's high leverage because it's brand. People know you now, your name is out there, your product and service will be in demand because you are essentially a brand and people like branded products or services if it's good. If you're a negative brand, well, that's your own volition. But again, content has the highest leverage after the initial 1 to 3 year period, but before that, it has the lowest leverage. Once you have content, you funnel them into an opt-in page, essentially a landing page where you can capture. This goes back to lead capture. You capture the information, which is their name, their number, and their email. In exchange, you essentially send them to a community. This is going to be a free community. It is critical. It is a free community because at first they do not know you, so you do not want to start charging money for a community. No one's going to pay money to someone they do not know. Send them to a free community. That is where you're going to nurture them, right? Nurturing nurturing will take 2 to 3 weeks to nurture, depending on how fast you are. You do that, just answer questions, provide value in the community, tell them the benefit of your product and how it can change your life. Sell the experience of the product, not necessarily the product itself and how it can benefit that. That is what you do in terms of nurturing. You nurture for 2 to 3 weeks. Eventually, on the 4th week, you have a CTA, a call to action. You open up slots, be it 10 slots, how many slots it is in your case. You open up slots, and from those slots, you take sales calls and drive sales. It could be a one-time sale or a recurring sale, depending again on the service, right? So you would have to figure that out. But here are some examples. If it's a one-time sale, for instance, to get to 60K, you would essentially have to sell a 5 grand package to 12 people over the span of 3 months, right? So that is roughly a deal a week, roughly, right? So over the span of 3 months, you should be able to sell out 12 packages to 12 prospect and 12 leads and generate $60,000 if your service is 5 grand a pop. Another example for recurring service could be a service that is $2,000 a month. You sell it to 5 people, 6 months, whatever their service is. Figure it out. It has to be a service people are willing to pay that much for. Once you have it figured out, you essentially sell it. So those are the 2 examples. Either a 5K package sold to 12 people over the span of 3 months, or a 2K package sold to 5 people over the span of 6 months reoccurring. So once you have this implemented, all you have to do is essentially just copy and paste the same process all over again. Just keep churning that flywheel, copy and paste. Don't change anything. If it's working, do not fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's a famous word for a reason. So do not fix it if it's not broke. Just keep copying and pasting till there's a breakage. Then when there's a breakage, you can then bother yourself with fixing the system and trying to figure out what to make more efficient. So this is how you go from $0 to $60,000 so fucking fast within 3 to 6 months. It feels illegal. People are calling you, asking you, how the fuck did you do that? Probably your buddies who work warehouse jobs making $20, $25, $30 per hour. They're gonna be really fucking impressed. And this is how you outcome people in your town or in your locality, just by doing this. So let me know what you guys think about this video down in the comment section below. I'm gonna make more contents like this, by the way. Catch you guys later. Peace.